let's talk about more recent times now. You joined Marine in 2022, I think I'm right in saying. You won the Liverpool Senior Cup, scored a penalty in the shootout. Yeah. Never in doubt. Good pen.
Don't miss pens, mate.
I believe you. But more sort of poignantly, last season came to a bit of an abrupt end, I think it's right to say. Tell us about what happened, if you can.
Yeah, so I've been at Marine for a while now. Great club. It's the obvious is the success they had in the FA Cup, and the money that they got through that, and the way they've spent it and invested the money, has just stood them in unbelievable stead moving forward. January this year, I made a forward run, ball got played to me, cut inside, my ankle rolled over, stood on my ankle, big clunk, and it was a bad one. I knew it was a bad one at the time. And yeah, six months later, I've had surgery on the ankle. I suffered a rupture to my ATFL and CFL, which are 2 outside ankle ligaments, which obviously you need for the stability. And without it, your ankle was just no good, really.
No, absolutely not. I mean, just on the surgery then, like, successful surgery. Yeah. You're obviously in rehabilitation now. For anyone who can't see, his leg is in plaster below this table. I mean, you're getting about just about, I guess. But what sort of, in terms of the injury itself, what sort of the time frame, and what's your hopes and aspirations when you are back on the mend and stuff like that?
The time frame's actually not too bad. I think full recovery. I think on average for the average person, it's 6 months plus. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to be back 3 to 4 months. I've actually had this exact same injury on my left ankle previously, and I got back in 3 months. So that's the aim for me.
Yeah,
don't want to rush it back, but I'll be doing everything I can to get back on a pitch as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. But the main sort of crux of this particular issue is the insurance situation, because I think I'm right in saying you will be able to speak in much better detail than this on me, of course. The insurance policy that you had with the football club, is that right?
Personal
It didn't cover the particular injury you had, is that right then?
Yeah,
okay.
That's right, yeah.
So all the surgery fees, your loss of earnings thereafter, everything else in and around it has to come through you.
Yeah.
Which feels to me, A, wrong, and B, like a wider footballing issue. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. The problem that's in the game, what a lot of people don't realise, especially when you come down to semi-professional level, is that if you get injured on a football pitch, you're to your own then, which I found out the first time round when I did my left ankle. So yeah, insurance that I had, it's fracture cover, so it covers breaks, dislocations, fractures, ligaments. So I thought, until I read into it, and it only covers you for knee ligaments, not ankle ligaments.
It's as specific as that.
Specific as that.
Types of ligaments.
And you'd be amazed. I found a strong passion for this now, obviously, because for me, it's impossible how you can get a football player walking onto a pitch to give 100%, knowing that the one bad tackle away, one ankle roll away, one going up for a header, and having damage away for him being thousands of pounds out of pocket. And for me, that just doesn't sit right with me. I think more people need to have accountability for it, whether that's the FA, whether that's the leagues, whether that's clubs. I don't know, but I think definitely more needs to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got a young family, so you're having to support them, or at least try to, whilst all this is going on. Of course, having to pay for your own recovery, your own rehabilitation, all that sort of stuff as well. I mean, the PFA is a body that's there to support you in times like this. How has the support been from them?
PFA's great, and I'm one of the fortunate ones that I'm a member of the PFA now. The PFA is the Professional Footballers Association. So if you're ever a professional footballer, you're a member. You pay into it. You're a member for life, and you get the rewards of it. So I'm lucky that the PFA have contributed to it. Now every contribution is discretionary to the person, depending on how they see fit, how it needs to be distributed. Okay. Now, for me, the situation's it's more than my situation. I feel strongly for the lads that aren't a member of the PFA. Yeah. So for the lads out there that have always played non-league and have got other jobs, so for them, they're not going to be fortunate enough for the PFA to help them. Mm-hmm. And that's where more needs to be done now. Moving forward, as you can imagine, I've done a lot of research into this now, and I've come across I've had a really positive Zoom call with a insurance company. The founder of the insurance company, similar position to myself, she was an athlete, She had a nasty injury, illness that come with it. She was in hospital for 28 weeks. She was paying £120 a month insurance cover, and the insurance didn't cover for her injuries. She had to sell a house. She had to fold her businesses. And what people don't realise is there's so many different types of insurance, and one cover is not the same. And for critical illness, if heaven forbid you get cancer, not all cancer is covered. It's only certain cancers, and you wouldn't know these things unless you're educated, and that's what I'm passionate about now. I just urge, this is why I'm trying to get a bit of attention to it. I'm just urging people to check covers, and luckily now I've found a provider that will offer policies that will now cover scans, will now cover surgeries moving forward, will cover everything, so that moving forward I can step onto a pitch 100% knowing that if I can go into a tackle and not be worried about the outcome of it.
So that's it. Your personal plight is one thing, but more generally and more sort of importantly, you're trying to spread the word and spread the message. And is that it then? Is it the fact that check your insurances? Because there are, I guess, more specific to sports and athletes and particular injuries insurance policies out there, and are they commonplace? Do they exist? Are they easy to find? Do you have to be quite particular in what you're looking for?
A bit of both. I think there's still too many people, too many semi-professional players that are probably ignoring it, just thinking it won't happen to them. But I'm a prime example that it can happen. Not just for semi-professional, just for parents who've got kids playing for local kids teams. There's, I think, 1 in 2 kids are going to break a bone before they're 18 playing sport. So even, you can get cover for them for very little money, but it's going to help. Adults' life insurance for athletes, covering them on a pitch, covering them off a pitch, protecting the family. It's really important. You protect your house, your car, your phone, but you don't protect yourself. And I think that's really important that everyone looks into it more and pays a bit more attention to it. And if anyone does have any questions on it or wants help or guidance, I'm always, my DMs on any social medias are always open, and I'm urging them really just to get in touch so I can help them.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, without putting words in your mouth, I definitely do not mean to do that whatsoever. But when you look at the riches of the very highest level of the game, the Premier League being the case in point in this, of course, do you think, we mentioned the PFA a moment ago there, do you think more could be done in terms of trickle down? Because obviously it's often spoken about that lower league clubs need help in the Premier League, they need more money to come down the pyramid, and obviously we've seen clubs go out of business in recent times. Do you think something like this would sort of help with players who do pick up injuries, whether they be career threatening, career ending, or just injuries like yourselves that need help? Do you think, again, that's something that could be helped out more from the top?
Definitely. The money involved in football is just scary money. Too much money. And these to the small clubs and to the semi-pro players, it's a lot of money. But to these massive clubs, to football in a whole as a general, it's not. It's really not. And I think just the football world, no matter the country, no matter the leagues, football in general has a duty of care to just protect the sport. You've got fans that are going to have no clubs to support because of funding issues that, in the grand scheme of things, are tiny. But clubs can't, dads can't take the kids to go, the sons to go and watch a game of footy because they can't afford to pay the bills or pay the players, where, football in general can help. I'd like to see more done to just help save football, but it's, for some reason, it's not as easy as that.
No, it doesn't seem to be, but as you say, the resources are most definitely there, aren't they? And if the PFA and the likes, if the PFA had more funding or more backing, they'd be able to do even more for the likes of yourself and people who got in the same sort of situation. So absolutely. Just finally then, we mentioned the GoFundMe page. I don't want to embarrass you, but I know you're not particularly comfortable with it, but it does exist. It is out there. We will put the link in that in the description, and hopefully people can donate if they can see possible. Yeah,
that's perfect. It's something I didn't want to do, hence why I put it out there after the surgery as opposed to before, to raise the funds for it. But I've had a lot of messages off ex-teammates, friends, and they didn't realise that. They just assumed it would be covered and it'd be paid for and everything would be fine. They didn't realise the cost that goes behind it. Obviously, the cost of the surgery, the loss of income, the rehabilitation I'll have to pay for as well. And for me to to put it out there, it did take a lot for me, but also, the response I've had from it has been unbelievable. And, I'm massively grateful for every single person. I think last time I checked, it was on 99 donations, which is, for me, is just unbelievable. And I just, I'm just hoping something good can come from the whole situation, and the situation regarding it is much bigger than my case and my situation, and hopefully that more can be done to change it.
No, absolutely. I was going to say exactly that. You took the words out of my mouth, to be honest with you. But yeah, not just your own personal example, but helping spread the word, and hopefully this doesn't happen in the future and more people are in a better position to deal with these sort of things. 100%. And best of luck with the recovery and all that. Hopefully you can get back on a footy pitch at some point. Is that the aim? Still want to get out there?
Yes, yeah.
It's in the blood, isn't it? So.
It's in the blood. Yeah, I'm still, I'm still only 29. As my career's flashed before my eyes, which is quite scary. But lost 2 years of COVID, so I look at that as 2 years off your career.
Yeah, still only 27.
Still 27. Yeah, I'll hold on to that for a while. Before I'll be 30th this year. But yeah, I'm hoping to be back on a pitch, by mid-September. So hopefully not miss too much football.
Yeah, well, hopefully that happens, mate. Best of luck. We'll be keeping an eye out for you anyway.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for your time. Everybody else, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you again soon. Take it easy.